Well, I'm a sentimental, emotional kind of guy, so I'll go with meaningful Matt.
Hey.
And I'm here with my wife Angela from Kerrville, Texas, and grateful for change. A lot of change happened in the last 5 years, and just embracing it and creating new opportunities, and got me here where I am today.
Nice.
One thing that I'm grateful for, there's lots of things, but I think specifically being here with you all, but very specifically being in Colombia. This is actually the first time I've been in Colombia itself, and it is really meaningful because it's a part of my heritage and my lineage. This trip is meaningful in many ways.
I'll be decadent, Drew. Seems fitting.
Fits.
Yeah. I came from Sedona, Arizona, and I'm really grateful to see that you all have bodies attached to your heads. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's been a lot of screen time, so this is really great.
I'm Sassy Shira, otherwise known as that sassy healer, Shira. I'll also tell you what I didn't want to be, which was a business owner. And I mean that like sincerely. I come from a family business, and it was like, oh hell no, I'll never ever 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 do that, and I'll never sell anything. That was like a huge part of my like identity until like last year, when I joined CBM.
My name's Yamuna. I'm the founder of CBM. I used to live as a monk for about 4 years in monasteries all over the world. And from there, I founded Jivanam Ayurveda and Wellness, which is a wellness education company. We taught people bodywork and healing principles. And now with Conscious Business Mastery, we help holistic coaches and course creators, retreat leaders, and thought leaders and experts how to scale their businesses to new levels.
My name is Ananda Murari. I am the Director of Client Success here at CBM. I've known Yamuna for about 8+ years now. We were living as monks around the same time.
My name is Eugene. I'm a sales expert and sales coach. I effectively I'm the face of chatting with people when they express interest, and I create a space. We find out if we're aligned, and if it does, we invite them into the company. So I'm equal parts space holder, equal parts sales expert, and we just see what emerges in that space in between.
So my name is Leela. I am an artist. I grew up as a dancer as well, and for the last 5 years or so, I've been also facilitating trainings, education, both with my husband, Yamuna, for wellness education, as well as my own projects and artist pilgrimages around the world, so community and education for artists. And both of those projects have always been underpinned by an interest in mysticism and spirituality and how that infuses into artistry and into wellness, of course.
My name is Preston Bryans. I am originally from Harare, Zimbabwe. I am one of the client success coaches here at CBM, and I've been here for about a year now. And just gently receive that answer. And when you have received that answer, I want you to embrace that part of you. Embrace it with a huge hug. Give it the biggest hug you've ever given to someone. So I'm a client success coach, and essentially in my role, I am helping clients to develop their pitch, get better with sales, point them in the right direction toward the correct resources. And at times, I'm also holding space for the emotional landscape that goes with building a business as well. Here's a simple exercise I'm going to invite us to do, okay? Write down your core values.
In your business or in your heart?
For how you want to show up in your business. Just write down your core values. Well, I actually went through CBM as a client. And once I graduated, I became very passionate about merging business with the art of being a conscious human being. I recognized a lot of subtleties and profound shifts in my own life as a result of going through CBM. And I was very devoted to helping other people go through those same shifts. Because what I realized after going through CBM was that my responsibility dramatically increased and my level of resiliency as well. How did it feel to embrace that part of you?
So good. Like, that part of me really needs that. Needs to feel safe and loved. That's really it. It's just and I think I've been kind of doing what you said you were doing, pushing it away.
Yeah.
And just being like, no, that's like low vibe or whatever it is. And it needs love.
The more self-aware you are, the better your business will be. With a lack of self-awareness, your business will just reflect that lack. So this is something that at CBM we highly promote, and it's one of the functions of our role is to remind people. Yamun often says this. He says there are no such thing as business problems. There are only such things as personal problems that filter into your business. So that's what I would highly recommend, is that people actually look into themselves and develop as much self-awareness before they say yes to any mission. Because if you just say yes to a mission but you're lacking self-awareness, you're going to be facing a battle in which you're not in control.
Yeah.
Just shake it. Let's get up. Come on. Yeah. Just shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Oh no. What do you mean you're not gonna shake it? I didn't plan it, but I guess
So
it's okay.
strict.
It wasn't on my strict criteria.
So when I was living as a monk, really my desire was to better myself so that I could help others and be of service to the community and see people awaken their potential, whether that be spiritually or with their health or through breakthroughs in healing. When I founded Jivanam Ayurveda, it was the same thing. It was to exponentially increase the healing that was happening in the world by educating people in holistic principles. And with CBM, it's the same thing. So I'm helping exponentially increase the healing in the world by helping people who heal others and who are leaders and who are teachers in their own respective traditions and methods just get way better at doing the business side of things so that they can reach way more people. So the thread has always been the same. And of course, there's been many things that have confronted me along the way, making such a seemingly contradictory shift from renunciation, sleeping on the floor, no money, $200 in my bank for 4+ years, to having, a multi-million-dollar company, hundreds of clients, and, living how I'm living now. How to actually build a team if you want to build a team, which pretty much most of you wanted to do that. And then also talking about a product ladder. There's some other ladders as well, like skills ladder, belief ladder, but I want to kind of just let you guys guide that component, and I can talk about many failures, many beliefs that had to break in order to get to you guys all being here and the business being where it's at. So
yeah, I'm Alex, and my company runs meditation retreats. Just thinking about how Yamuna's business has changed as he's reached different revenue thresholds and what the constraints were at different thresholds. So going from sales being the constraint to fulfillment being the constraint to finding the right leadership team being the constraint, that I think is incredibly valuable info and will be helpful for us.
A lot of people out there who are teaching business, they have never actually run a holistic business before. They just know marketing, they know sales, they know different tactics, but actually having a mission where you're dealing with people's traumas, where you're dealing with deep, chronic issues, where you're guiding people in very intimate spaces, it requires a special awareness and a special skill set and a special language in order to actually be able to reach somebody where they're at, reach into their life and show them, hey, I see you, I hear you, I know where you're coming from. There's another way and I'm here to serve you. And so that's what all of my clients are doing, but that's also what I'm doing because that's how I built Jivanam Ayurveda and Wellness. And by building that for so many years, I'm able to look back on all the struggles that I faced in building it and be able to help my clients through those same struggles with their own processes and be able to give language to it, to exactly what they're doing, because it's exactly the expertise that I had with my own holistic education company. And on top of that, like I was mentioning, people aren't going to be using traditional business tactics like high pressure sales mechanisms or any cheesy marketing or doing anything that's inauthentic to them, because they're doctors, they're trauma therapists, they're addiction recovery specialists, and the whole basis of what they're doing is based on intimacy and trust and vulnerability instead of scarcity, urgency, manipulation, and all these other things that are being taught in the online business world.
During COVID, I did a free live Instagram every day for half an hour. Same time every day, no matter, even if I slept at 7, every day, 8:30 to 9, all year. Yeah. And then I just announced I'm doing a workshop. I had 200 people signed up for like a $400 workshop. So, $400. Yeah.
I have like a lot of
Trying to school me now?
Come on,
I have a lot of like
Tu español es muy mal.
Or maybe you feel something completely different, and whatever you do feel, just be there with that. This is your opportunity to let go of the tendency to constantly be micromanaging your experience and constantly fixing and controlling. Just be with what is good.
My name is Olena, and I am a hypnotherapist and a mindset coach. So what CBM helped me is to have a business, because before that I didn't have a business. And now I feel like I actually have a roadmap, and I actually see how I can scale it in a very smart and efficient way. As a coach, I feel like every coach must have a coach. There is really no way around it. And I feel like I can only actually help my clients to the extent that I'm willing to receive help. Yeah, I think the biggest one is anything that has to do with money beliefs and big money wounds. And I still have a lot of those to look into, but the expansion that I've experienced over the past 4 months, I just even could not imagine that I could make that giant leap from where I was to where I am now financially.
I'm going to invite you to find a partner who is more or less of equal stature. It doesn't...
Physically?
Physically? Okay.
No, I don't.
As I'm going to push him. My goal, and by the way, we're not breaking any bones here. Tread cautiously.
Yeah.
You broke my bones.
Can you push him harder?
What happens to the power of the person who's leaning against you as they say negative things?
You're really lame. I really don't like you. I can't write this off on my taxes, and that makes me really angry.
Now this time I'd like partner B to start saying nice things. So do little compliments.
I get a massage. It's like a day at the spa.
This is effectively what oftentimes you may feel if you are a prospect on a call. You have the salesperson, they're bearing down on you, and you have to resist them.
Is there a model? Are there blueprint? Are there structures? Absolutely.
but then more specifically, we meet the person where they're at. There's a lot of, I would say, really empowering hand-holding that happens, and we as a team are always getting on the same page to figure out who is this person, what do they need, and how do we best serve that. And to be fair, sometimes somebody needs something a bit extra. Sometimes somebody has a challenge. The entirety of the team is in contact to figure out, again, okay, what is this person, what's going to help them get to not only chapter 1 but chapter 2, 3, 4 and beyond, and learn from it so that they can also learn to meet their own needs on the business journey. There will always be constraints, there will always be challenges. Learning how to be an astute and empowered conscious business person requires them to be able to meet their own needs as well.
You two are now going to learn spatially about your boundaries. We have 2 threats, provocateurs, things that represent either triggers on sales calls or in real life or whatever. They happen to have napkins. They're going to start thrashing these napkins.
Fundamentally out there, everybody is just seeking to be understood. Nobody maybe even advertises that in business, but like in team, when we're building towards something, when we're moving towards a mission, when that mission is human oriented and service inspired, I think that the feel of the team and knowing that you can just go and kind of plop. And by plop, I mean just like be yourself, just like drop it. You can joke, you can play, you can be in that space of equal parts seriousness, and then also equal parts where the next second you're talking absolute nonsense. Like it's a unique blend of a range of topics that I think it gets everybody back on the same page. It empowers us, and it reminds us that there's a lot more. Like of course we're talking business, but there's a lot more to life than just business. And again, business being that vehicle for people to come together and for, I think, just deep psychological and emotional growth to happen.
My name's Stephanie Highland. I'm a Reiki master, and I take people who don't know much about Reiki all the way to Reiki master and help them incorporate that into their business or lifestyle. Yeah, CBM has helped me tackle a lot of things in my business. I really am a visionary. Like, I have a lot of ideas, but I wasn't sure how to bring all of that to life. So, I mean, everything from really making sure I had a really good product to give to clients, from marketing to ads, because I had no idea really how to do that, how to read the stats of ads, and then also just the sales calls and not coming off as a salesy person. How do you do this in a conscious way so that it felt authentic of what I wanted to give the clients and what they were receiving on the other end?
Oh, you give me a name like indications on a map, like the calling from a fitful sleep, like collecting of soul sap. You give me a taste of what's real. You give me a taste of what you have. Oh, you give me a name, value in which to believe, potential that you thoroughly perceive, a wholeness you conceive. You hold me in place like an anchor frame. You hold me in place, yeah, sheltered and contained. You give me syllables to speak to anyone were I to meet, whom like me found ourselves without land to lay my head. Oh, you give me a name as light illuminates the sky. Alchemic sounds combined, my iron heart to gold. You invite from iron to gold, melting this stone. Could it be told, this heart that you've shown, will I receive all you give to me? These sweet names you invite me to speak. These sweet names you invite me to speak. As an entrepreneur, you are putting yourself into the limelight, into the marketplace. You're showing up and you're saying, I'm here to do some service. And there's a lot of self-doubt and a lot of other things that will come up because of that. So a lot of the coaching that I'm working on with people, aside from the strategy, is about how do we lock into my actual purpose of like why it is that I want to do a holistic business. We're not just doing drop shipping. We're not just doing, some kind of brick and mortar. These are a lot of times healing offers, really connected to a higher purpose, a mission. And so a lot of that mindset is just bringing each, individual back to their mission, to their purpose.
Solid job.
I think one thing that is unique and what a lot of holistic practitioners struggle with is finding the support of someone that is also not only aware but has practiced a lot of these holistic methods that they are themselves trying to share with the world. So I've had a lot of clients say to me like it's such a benefit that we have someone that speaks the language of holistic practice and spirituality, someone that not only has practiced and lived it themselves, but also we've grown holistic businesses ourselves also. So I think that's one thing that sets us apart, is that not only do we have robust strategy and powerful training methods, but we've also ourselves lived these holistic practices, and we've shared these holistic practices for over a decade now.
You didn't say that we couldn't all work together.
Okay.
We could have all.
That's true.
Put all of our resources and done like an all one and all like.
Yep.
Created it. Like that wasn't part of the no rules.
Yep. So Mahani's saying everyone could have worked together and built a really tall one, and everyone would have won.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting. What other realizations?
We would not have won if we didn't look over and see them being more resourceful than we were.
Yeah.
So we
seeing what others are doing in the market.
Yep.
Right. So
a thing that many entrepreneurs struggle with is this sense of loneliness. Most of them are the only one in their friend circle or in their community that are trying to do something like run their own business. And so there's oftentimes a sense of loneliness that entrepreneurs experience. So what I'm most excited about is creating more opportunities like this for holistic minded spiritual entrepreneurs to come together and to be able to see like, oh, like my struggle is not unique or I'm not alone in it. And, we have this opportunity in this community to really support each other.
Have some background on the person. Maybe you have an app, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. These are tiny details. The point is you've got a human being and they're looking for something and they have some pain. Off we go.
Hi, Steph. How are you?
Hey, Drew. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Where are you calling from? I'm curious.
Oh, China.
Amazing. Whereabouts? Once I have some more clarity there, if I can help, I'm happy to show you what that looks like. If it would be better, if I feel you'd be better served by another practitioner modality, I've studied so many things over the past 20 years to get out of pain that I'm more than happy to help you in any way I can. I'm trying to think what's next on my list. She said 7 years.
Yes.
How's it been affecting their life?
Affecting your work potentially.
You know, the doctors, they just can't help me.
And so I'm Drew Ricciardi, creator of the Monkey Body Method. I really didn't know anything about marketing, forget scaling, any of it. I didn't understand how to run ads, how to generate leads, how to guide people through a sales call. It's really allowing me the freedom to start to expand and kind of share my method on a much larger scale than I ever thought possible, because I was in the traditional one-on-one model, and it is very inefficient and very costly emotionally and financially. Yeah, the importance of having a coach has really been that I believe it's saved me decades of searching, of trying, of failing. I've already spent over 15 years putting this biomechanics theory together. I didn't, there's no reason to spend another 15 years in torturing myself. So these guys really, Yamuna and his team have really, I believe, saved me years of my life.
I think there are so many business programs out there that really prioritize profit. And of course, if you're growing a business, you need profit to stay alive, to serve more people, to improve your product. But at the same time, understanding that the person who runs the business, their self-knowledge, their ability to deal with their underworld, their ability to alchemize their lower nature and overcome challenges so that they can step into bigger visions of themselves. That being the foundation of a thriving business, I think, is at the root of everything that we do and the way that we serve people. And so all of the education within CBM starts with self-knowledge. I think one word that describes the company for me is integrity. Integrity between one's own values, one's own character, and how one shows up to serve others and build a mission behind them around something actually healing, actually transformative. So I think that integrity between oneself and who you have to be to receive the success and the impact that you want to receive. And so I think that's the thread that weaves throughout all of the work that we do with people.
The most important teaching of CBM has been really to understand that sales can come from a conscious place that serves me as a practitioner, as someone who wants to grow my method and grow my business and have a place in the world, while also showing up in integrity and in service of a prospective client.
These guys are geniuses. Did I say that right? No, sorry. I think genius is not a word. Genius. But yeah, I think it's been incredible just learning from everyone. And this one-on-one interaction is not something you can really get fully from online. And just getting this one-on-one time with the coaches and diving deeper into your specific problems and business, yeah, it has been incredible. The best value I've ever received from coming to a retreat.
also, yeah, experiencing in the mornings when we have, people that are in the program too doing yoga or one of their specialties and like sharing what they do with the world with us. Yeah, it's just been really cool to see people in their little zone of genius sharing.
Freeing our mind and elevating our spirit. And in the process, when you free your mind, you naturally will drop into a bit of an intention. What are we here to release? Is there something that's been holding you back? Is there something that you've been wanting to step into? And it's probably pretty fitting that we're here on a business retreat, a conscious business mastery retreat. So maybe it's something to do with your business, that you want that little bit extra momentum, that push. Maybe it's a block, financial block, maybe your lifestyle, maybe there's something that you just want to push through. So hold that intention with this dance and allow the dance, allow you to just move through it and come into your most confident, powerful self to, I think someone mentioned it yesterday, to be unfuckwithable, invincible, which we all are.
Making business a form of service, making it a form of devotion, making it a place where you can take your obsession and your desire and the thing that lights you up and just share it with others and help them become obsessed with it as well. And also make the way that you do business more joyful.